So we've got the RS6 today. It's going to be an 6 months ownership video. What I like about it, what I dislike.
Right.
You're an Audi fanboy.
What do you mean you dislike? There's not going to be, that list ain't going to be very long, is it?
I don't know. We'll soon see.
Come on then.
One of the problems I've got with that car is to do with the tyres. It's done about 7,000 miles, so why don't we look some new Michelins, because everyone knows the Pirelli's a bit iffy.
Yeah.
But you know me,
Yeah.
I want some discount.
Obviously.
So are you going to guarantee the discount?
Pouch will sort you some out.
So before we go out in the car, we have to say thank you to today's sponsor, Pouch.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. Pouch is a free desktop browser extension that automatically finds and applies the best discount codes when you're shopping online.
Well, that's perfect. So I went on to Quick Fit, found some Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, which everyone knows, good tyres.
Yeah.
Put them into the basket.
Right? Yeah, well,
what does it do?
Well, it's popped up there with 6 codes. It'll automatically apply all them codes for you, so you haven't got to mess about doing anything.
Yeah.
And as you can see there, it saved you, what, £88.60?
£88. You can't argue with that.
That's brilliant.
No matter how much it is.
Oh, it's nearly 10%.
So do you know Pouch works on over 3,000 UK websites, including like Euro car parts, and we used them last time. They saved us a fortune.
Yeah, we saved loads of money on that when we used Pouch last time. But that's more than any other similar browser extension in the UK.
I remember when there wasn't even 3,000 websites in the world. Yeah, when the internet first come out.
What? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So it literally takes a couple of clicks to install Pouch. It's dead quick, dead easy. Don't forget, when you download it, pin it to your browser, and it'll pop up every time you put something in the basket. If there's available codes, it'll pop up. Job's a good one.
So get Pouch for free right now. Are you listening?
I'm listening, mate.
You've already got it, though, haven't you?
Told you, you're going to take someone's eye out with that thing, you.
Get it for free. Click the link in the description, wherever it is, probably down there somewhere.
Yeah.
Put it on your browser.
Stick it in. It's literally free. It's
Doesn't
not
cost
costing you
anything
anything to do. So why would you not want to just try to save yourself some money? No hassle. You haven't got to put the codes in yourself. Job done.
So before we start the video, we'd like to say thanks to Insta for sending us this new camera, Insta 1R. It's got a 1-inch sensor.
Is that a good thing?
Well, yeah, because 1 inch bigger makes, well, yeah, 1 inch.
Pretty big, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge, yeah.
It's amazing how it packs that into that tiny little camera there.
Well, we're going to find out if that bigger sensor, which lets more light in, does it actually give you a better picture. So that's going to be the shot today, the main shot, and we're going to compare it against the GoPro.
Yeah, and you guys obviously let us know what you think, because we've got, how many GoPros are we down to now? Because you put one through the...
2.
We're down to two GoPro 8, so you'd have to let us know which one you think is better. So the one to my left here is the GoPro Hero 8, and the 1R's over there.
So we usually crop in to each of us, which you get in a 1080
when you're making stupid faces.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So we won't lose as much resolution, will we?
Hopefully not, mate, no.
Right. So,
get all of my piss taken in 4K.
Well, exactly, yeah. But the main thing is, you'll see if there's any difference in the quality. Right. Because if there is, we're going to swap to the Insta. Yeah,
but one thing I have just realised, as we pulled out, is that usually we use the Rode shotgun mic on the GoPros because the mics are shocking.
Yeah.
And we're using the microphone. So this is very experimental. Don't shoot us if the audio quality is not amazing. We don't know. We have no idea. We've literally just been given this camera. Tell us what you think of it. So we're going to tell Insta, and you guys need to tell us. So we apologise if the audio is not amazing.
Well, talking about audio, that brings me on to the first thing that I dislike about owning this car. It's too quiet. So it's now in normal. It's not in anything.
It's in auto.
Just in auto. Yeah. Everything's off. So to get a little bit of noise out of it, you probably won't be able to hear. So I'll put it into RS1 mode.
Which you've set up as dynamic everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apart from the suspension, that's
so the
RS2.
suspension's still in comfort because of your dicky hip and that.
Yeah, because it is, to be fair, it is a bit bouncy.
What, your hip?
Both of them, suspension and hip. They're both a bit bouncy.
Right.
And so I tend to have it in comfort. That's the only way you're going to get noise out of it.
Right.
But
it's still not very loud.
It's still not loud.
No. I can hear it just about, but not.
It's in S3 now. So
the gear, so the gearbox is in sport.
I put it into manual.
Yeah.
And I put it into second.
Yeah.
Bit more.
Oh, it sounds well, that. Sorry for whatever's rattling around. What's this? Is this your hairspray? What is that? Oh, dry shampoo. Obviously, that's Lee's.
That's mine. Yeah. You saying that sounds well?
It sounded good. It's a good quality V8 noise. It's not super loud, but you know, as V8s go, I mean, I've heard some V8s that don't sound amazing.
I know, it just sounds boring to me.
It's not loud.
Don't you think?
I think that you probably need to go and have a chat about somebody about one of them brown plastic beige things. You know, the Volvo beige things that go around your ear.
It's just not the noise out of it after now driving it for 8 months. And we've done 6,800 miles in this.
Yeah.
Between my driving and my wife's driving. But it doesn't encourage you. This is the only time that I'm actually putting my foot down because we're doing a road test on camera.
Yeah.
I don't drive it like this. The car doesn't push you to put your foot down. I mean, it doesn't say, right, put your foot down like that now. And it just doesn't do it. But even that, it's quick. It's got just short 600 horsepower. It's a quick car.
Yeah.
But it doesn't exactly do any. It doesn't get your juices flowing, does it? You know, as far as power and speed, you don't think, wow, we've never dragged this car.
No. So you're about to do it now.
I'm gonna drag it.
All right. Well, if anybody's thinking about buying this car, skip this bit. This never happened.
I'm not bothered about the 0 to 60 time. I know it's going to do it in 3.5 seconds because we've already tested one of these on a previous video. But I just wanted to feel how the car makes you feel. Do you know what I mean?
On
excitement.
This, just before you go, the brake you have to press as if you're going to break the brake pedal, like that hard. Okay, now.
That's it was funny that because it was like I didn't expect it to go so well. I know 3.5 seconds is pretty nippy in today's terms. It's not immense, is it? 3.5 seconds. You're looking at people want to do it in sub 2 seconds now.
Yeah.
You know, or low 2s in like your Turbo S's and stuff. So, you know, for a 100 grand car, I suppose 3 seconds is a given, isn't it?
Well, it needs to be starting with a 3, doesn't it? It needs to be.
But that is the first time I've ever launched this car, and to be honest, it was still comfortable, don't you think? Even the gear changes were like, you could tell they were soft. They were softened off in between. When you know when you do gear changes in cars, it bang, 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 and you think that ain't doing the gearbox any good. You could launch this car all day long, and I think it'd just carry on launching, don't you think?
The one thing that these do, and it's for some people and for others it's not, right, is that it does performance without the drama, and a lot of people like the drama, and a lot of people don't, and that's where, if you want drama with performance, you'd probably go Mercedes or BMW, and if you want to be able to have a bit of fun but controlled fun, this is where you would go. And for, like as I've said this a million times to people who watch this channel, for average drivers like me, and a lot of people won't admit they're average drivers, they try and think that the worldly drivers are usually BMW drivers, because you have to go on a professional driving course to own a BMW, and they're all professional drivers, but they're the ones who look for a bit more sort of tail out action, whereas for us it's just
that really?
Yeah, it went, didn't it?
Well, the traction control's off, that's why it was going sideways.
Really? So I noticed
I noticed it coming around that roundabout. I thought, why has this gone sideways a bit? I've just driven that for the first time in 8 months like that. I've never driven this car. You won't believe me.
Did you nearly crack a smile then?
I've never driven it like that. It doesn't encourage you to drive the car like that, whereas you get in a GTR, which is the previous car that I owned. Every time you get in that, it's like, put your foot down. Come on, put your foot down. What are you waiting for? This is like, don't be putting your foot down, dickhead. This is a sophisticated car.
It's a what?
It's a sophisticated car. Don't be putting your foot down. Even though I've got the same amount of power as the GTR, it just doesn't make you want to do it.
No.
And I think even with an exhaust on it and a stage whatever map and stage 2, all that kind of stuff, 710 horsepower, whatever it would make, I still don't think this car would egg you on to go fast.
I mean, I suppose it depends how it's been mapped. Like a pedal box would make a big difference to that, wouldn't it? Because
a pedal box on it?
It's got one on it. So is it turn right up? Because that makes the throttle response loads more.
It's in the middle.
Right. So it's one of them things. What is funny though is, I don't know, I'm not driving it, and I've never driven it like that before, but even though it doesn't egg you on, it's clearly capable, isn't it?
Oh, it's capable, but when you drive it like that, you can tell in the back of your mind the car is thinking, what the hell is going on? why am I getting driven like this? I should be like more of an executive drive someone to the airport type car. That's what it feels like to me.
115 bags to drive someone to the airport.
That's what it's like, an executive car to me. Like your GTR and stuff like that, it's a bit more yobbish, right?
Yeah, but again, I know it had 2 seats in the back, but that technically is a 2-seater sports car again, isn't it?
Yeah. Put it this way, I miss the excitement of the GTR. I miss like getting in that car. When I used to drive it to work, and it's only up the road, and that little 5 or 6 minute drive, I really enjoyed myself. Now this, I wouldn't get that enjoyment out of it, but it's a completely different car.
This has been designed more as a daily. That GTR, I mean, because the thing is, for 115 grand, which is the retail on one of these, if it made the gearbox clunks and the noises and all the stuff that your GTR made, you'd go, I can't believe that this car is making all these noises for 115 grand, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? You'd be upset with the lack of refinement. And I think that's like the trade-off, innit? That's like the, well, you can't, it's difficult to try and get that rawness and the excitement, but keep it refined and sophisticated and comfortable, and it's hard to do.
It sounds like I'm complaining about the car. I am, but what I am also saying about it, it's been made too well. All the double glazing, all the sound deadening, the soundproofing, all the stuff where they make you feel like you're cocooned in the car.
Yeah.
You can't hear a thing. Even, well, we've not done it yet. Even with the windows down a little bit, you still... all you can hear is wind noise.
You can't hear it, but there's been occasions where you dropped me off at home or wherever it's been and then driven off in this, and it's loud from the outside, you know.
Right. Okay.
You can hear it, and that's, I think, the problem. Like the exhaust tips are that far back.
Yeah.
But you obviously it's so far back, so it's in a state and it's a long car that from the front you don't hear it all that much, and they don't pump artificial noise in here either, so you're not getting that either.
Well, I used to drive the GTR with the windows open just a little bit, because I love listening to the car.
I'm the same with the B7.
Yeah. It's a nice sounding car.
It's an epic car, and whenever the weather's like this, even if it's just a tiny bit of drizzle, I'll crack the window open so I can hear the exhaust even more.
When I first got it, I loved it. I thought, I'm going to modify it and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. In reality, the reason I haven't modified it is I got an alarm system put on it when we first got it, just for peace of mind, safety, tracker, all that kind of stuff. And from day one, I had problems with the alarm system. Anyway, it was sorted, fair enough. And the reason I had problems with it, I'm not going to name who it is, but the reason I had problems with it is because it's such a new car.
Yeah. The
alarm company had to make calls to different departments and stuff, and how do we do this? Oh, it's a new car, and they struggled with it. So that all got fixed, and then the boot lock broke.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It was the boot would go down, then it wouldn't like latch shut. It'd go down and then just sort of stay like with a bit of a gap. Yeah, so it wouldn't properly close, would it?
No. So we went back into Audi. Audi tried to blame the alarm installation. They did it under warranty, even though they were umming and ahhing about it. A month later, was it? Something like that.
Yeah.
This door lock, they can break quite easily, as we've found.
Yeah, it's mechanical as well as electronic, isn't it?
Yeah. So when you pull the door handle, it's obviously sending a signal to open the door. Anyway, it stopped sending a signal, so my wife was driving it and it locked her in. She had to climb over. So it's not easy getting over. I wouldn't like to get over to there to get out. Then it was like, supposedly, it was the alarm's fault again.
Right.
And the alarm guy said, there's no way the alarm system would lock you in the car. It will lock you in the car from the outside, so the deadlocking thing, you can get out, but someone can't open a door from outside, anti-hijacking, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It was the door handles. They'd gone. They'd actually failed. Then, only, last week, the back end started feeling a bit wobbly. The car was like all over the place, like the back wheels were on what do you call it, Mackey's chase or something like that.
It was really bad. Yeah, the whole car felt like it was on ice. It was
really
awful.
bad.
Yeah,
and loads of people felt it. I've had passages in the back, and we've gone over like little bump, the cat's eyes on the motorway. and it's like
the back end sort of gets all unsettled, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It goes all like weird.
And they've said, what the hell's just happened? It's like, it's just, I don't know what's wrong with it. Anyway, back into Audi. You took it in for me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No
while I was on holiday.
Jeeves sorted it for
And, you know, that's what your friends do, don't they? You know, they help you out in the spots like that. Yeah. Anyway, took it in and they said what?
Well, I'm sure to send you the picture. It'll be on on the WhatsApp group. So stick the picture in the thing. It was something like calibration on the rear wheel steering was out. It wasn't calibrated properly, so it said it wasn't within parameters, I think it said, or something like that. So basically the four-wheel steering or the rear wheel steering needed to be recalibrated. Now they weren't entirely sure because I took the technician out and tried to get it to replicate what I'd felt, because I'd been in the back when it had done it, and I was like, that's definitely not right. I've driven more than enough Quattro Audis, four-wheel drive cars in general, to know that I have never ever felt the back end feel like loose like that ever before. So I took him out anyway, and as always, it happens every single time, doesn't it? You can't replicate the fault, and he's like, right, well, we'll have a look at it anyway, and I'll check everything that I need to check, and I'll make sure there's no TPIs or recalls or whatever. Did do, and that's what he found, the calibration on the rear wheel steering. He said, I'm not saying this is going to sort it, because I can't see anything else that's up with it, but you know, it's in the vicinity of what's going wrong, so chances are it could be it. Anyway, we've been driving it around now for what, 20 minutes is that? 24 minutes? What are your thoughts? I've certainly not felt it.
Well, I've thrown it round the roundabouts. It's lost traction, obviously, because the TC's off, but it does feel planted now, but it never did it in RS2. You know, when you put the suspension in dynamic, it never did it in that. It was only in comfort. Now it's back in comfort now. Nothing's on, the exhaust isn't open, anything like that. And you know how it feels.
Oh, I've felt it, yeah. I thought something had fallen off the back of it. It was that bad.
Let's see. So 70 miles an hour, even though it would seem to you guys we're doing 85, but we're not, we're doing 70. Now, going over cat's eyes like that, perfect.
That's how it should be, yeah.
It doesn't move a millimetre now, but before,
it sort of
was doing that, and then it'd do that.
Yeah.
Like the wheel had like,
weird.
It's like you'd wobbled the wheel, even though you'd not wobbled the wheel. And he did it in rain at the beginning. Never thought anything of it, because when it's wet, obviously the car moves around a little bit more. It's a bit.
Oh, I didn't feel anything then.
I don't feel it then.
No.
Maybe it's all in my mind now. But when you go over little bumps as well, when the suspension has to do its job and dampen, that's when it seems to give you a few issues. So going over cat's eyes like this, you know, it shouldn't really, but it's there. I don't know. I'm still feeling a little bit.
No, there's nothing there.
And this is the problem with the car now, because I know it did it, and I feel like it's still doing it a little bit. It makes you lose confidence in the car, and that's the problem. When you've had a few problems, you know, the door locks twice, it's been in the garage. Been in the garage now 4 times since I've had it.
Do you know what though? You know, like, I used to sell a lot of cars, and I've also had a lot of cars. You've had a lot of cars.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember the last one you had that you didn't have any issues with?
Well, the GTR I had shitloads with.
Yeah.
The Macan, didn't have any problems. The Cayenne, the 2 GT3s that I had, never had any problems with them.
So Porsche were all alright.
All the Porsche.
But you were unhappy about it pulling into the curb, weren't you? Was that the Cayenne?
Yeah, the Cayenne.
But they said that was just the car.
That was the air suspension.
And you took their word for it because it was Porsche.
No.
Shithouse.
I actually researched that, and it was because the air ride, the characteristic of it can tend to pull. Out of 4 Porsches, 1 thing with air suspension. All I'm saying is, the car doesn't excite me to drive. Thought it would be a bit more exciting to drive. I've lost a little bit of confidence in the car, and I think I'm going to get rid of it.
Well, there's a shock. Is this where I go, like the Home Alone face?
Yeah. So that is it, end of the video. That is my views on the car. It's going to go at some point. Unfortunate, but it's a fact. Don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget, to all you legends that have stayed this long, like literally to the end of the video, pouch in the description, link, stick it on your browser, your desktop browser, and go and save some money. Thank you very much.
No brainer. See you in a bit.
Ta-ra.